Shalom, Kohalo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. As you see the title of this video up here, it says, Desperate times will call for desperate measures. And that's the time that we are fastly approaching, right? Desperate times. A time like never before, aka Jacob's trouble, which is for you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So here on the screen, you got the so-called black woman, along with other clips of people talking, showing you the type of spirit that Jake is going to be in when all hell break loose, man. When, all is lost. It's going to call for desperate measures, man. People going to have to, do things that they never thought they would do. And the prophets and the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have been telling you this for years. But you don't want to listen, man. So now things are manifesting. And you're pretty much getting, blindsided by it. And you feel it. Now it's a serious thing. Now a joke is not a joke no more, man. Because, everybody jokes, but this ain't no damn joke. And you people are starting to notice this. But, yeah, you're going to hear, and you can just, hear the spirit through how they speak on, there's going to be a lot of Jakes that's going to be willing to put your ass to death, man, for them, their kids, their household, whatever. And all of these people who you call your friends and your ride or dies and your day ones, trust me, they ain't going to be that in that day, man. They're going to turn on you, right? There's not going to be anybody you can trust because everybody's going to go into survival mode. So let me get the script and then we're going to play it. This is Jeremiah chapter, let me see if I want to go there. Let's go to 2nd Ezra first. My favorite scripture, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time, the last days, shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, man. And you Israelites have always been prideful, man. It's like the more you lose, the more you don't have, the more prideful you get. All of this shit is about to be, a thing of the past. Your money, your car, your clothes, your houses, your job, your friends. It's all about to be a thing of the past, man. You're going to literally know that you only have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. And for the most part, a lot of you Israelites, you're going to find out the hard way that the Lord been reaching out his hand forever and ever. Not forever and ever, but yeah, literally for a long period of time trying to get you to turn back to him, and you didn't. So, you're going to find out that he's not with you neither. And you just going to be out here naked, having to defend for yourself, man. A lot of you fucking scoffers, a lot of you who said that this wasn't the word of the Lord, a lot of y'all who, bucked up against it and made a video and made a plethora of videos and tried to, steer people from the true breakdown of what the Lord is saying, you're gonna be paid back in that day. You're gonna be paid back. So let me read it again. This second Esdras 8 and verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride, man. Right? Verse 55. And therefore ask thou no more concerning the multitude of them that perish, because there's going to be a lot of you Israelites that's going to perish, right? Through many things that the Lord is going to set up, right? So let's play it. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, the elect be edified. Shalom.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, if we don't have food on these shelves in 2 weeks, it's not going to be good. Crime rate is going to go to an all-time high. It is going to be horrible. If people have to travel hours and hours and hours to go find a location that has food on the shelves, they're going to be pissed. Listen, the YNs are going to come out of the woodworks. And they're going to be...
And guess what? A lot of those YNs, you so-called black women, raised them up to be those things, man. Those young, them YDs, them young demons, man. Right? And Salakia for the damn music, man, because they wasn't playing music just a little minute ago. But you black women, man, you're gonna understand and know that you are the weaker vessel. Ain't no woman about to get out there and drive to go get no food with all chaos and all hell breaking loose, man. Because more than likely, she ain't coming back, man. You're going to realize you needed a man. And you're going to realize you needed to submit to a man, a righteous man. Right?
Be coming, and it's gonna be horrible. Everybody, not just them, everybody. Okay? Because if I don't have no food to feed my children, and I'm speaking of just any person, okay? If I don't have food to feed my children, I'm gonna figure out how to get it. Okay? And I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna get it good. Okay? So this is not going to be good.
People's true nature is about to be shown. People's true nature is about to be shown. And guess what? We love it, man, because this is the end, to where much Salakia, the day of doom is the end of this time. It tells you that in the book of Second Esdras, I believe 7, in verse 43, I believe. It said, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, man. And people going to take things into their own hands. We're going to get it.
People in my videos are like, I'm just going to steal. If the groceries and all this stuff go up, ain't no food on it, whatever it is, if I need it, I'm going to steal it. And I don't agree with nothing, but at this point, I'm just kind of like,
so people talking about the ports, this crisis.
And Salakia. Salakia for keep pausing it. And this is why Trump just passed this law giving the cops immunity, to they're not going to be held accountable for anything they do to people, man. And what that translates to is that they're going to have the right to kill you Jakes, to put you Jakes to death on sight, and ain't nothing going to happen to them, man. Because what? They know that this system is collapsing. They know that society is going to lash out, man. They know how people are going to act when they can't feed themselves or their families, man. So they're going to counter that with these law enforcement agencies going up to the military, and you think you're just going to go in the store and steal, hey, they're going to be waiting for you, man. And trust me, you're gonna run in there, but you're not gonna run out.
That's right. People talking about the Great Depression Part 2. I feel like vulnerable homes and vulnerable people gonna get exploited. If it gets to a point where people gotta violate others, all of the weak people are done.
And what's them vulnerable homes? The vulnerable homes are the homes mainly without men. These single mother homes with just children, those are the most vulnerable homes in America, man. Those are the most vulnerable homes that can exist, that don't have a strong man in it, man. No, I'm not talking about no flamboyant weak nigga. I'm talking about a man of the Lord, man, a man of wisdom, a man that the Lord is dealing with. Because you can even have a strong man in the house. If the Lord ain't dealing with him, that house still gonna get, torn pieces, man. So, hey, you women gonna learn the hard way, man, real quick.
Done. Y'all done. I'm not even worried about no Great Depression. In fact, it might sounds fun. Sounds fun. Oh, y'all been talking about bills? Not no more. Oh, y'all been talking about work? Don't worry, it's coming. You'll get a lot of free time to fight for your life. Some of y'all, that 9 to 5 sounded more appealing, ain't it? Yeah, look at you. But yeah, there's a word going around that the ports are empty. What's that about? No food's coming in? I always wanted to make a kidney salad. Got a couple of fat neighbors. And shout out to Hannibal Lecter.
You see it, man. You see how what type of time Jake on, man. By any means necessary. And the scriptures tell you that cannibalism is coming back. So you got these types of Jakes out there, man. To where it's, hey, they gonna man.
Great Depression. Don't get me off. You're gonna be greatly depressed. Me, I'm ecstatic. And I'm coming. I'm coming for you.
This is survival mode right now. This is the time for you to be surviving. Food, water, things to protect your house and your home. If you don't have none of that, you are screwed. You are done. People are losing their minds.
And these are pretty much different Jakes from different parts of the, probably different states, different parts of America, and they all saying the same thing, man, because this is about to take place. This is right around the corner, literally, man. This is right around the corner. And you niggas are just playing, man. You worrying about the weather getting nice and you being able to cook out and you being able to, drink your Don Julio and smoke your weed and shit. Yo, hey, desperate times is coming, man. Perilous times. Right? When you read First Timothy, I think it's Second Timothy. Let's get it. Let's run through a couple of scripts real quick. Salakia. Yeah, this is Second Timothy chapter 2, Salakia chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, man, which is dangerous times. Right? And everybody's about to be in a desperate situation, because it's gonna get real brutal out here, man. You think that the love is lost right now? Hey, man, it's crazy, man. That famine gonna hit. People can't eat. You damn Babylonians, you Americans, you love to eat, man. Right? But all this time, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah and the mercy, we've been preparing for this time, man. You Jakes, you ain't preparing, man. You Johnny come lately. Right? And even though, you can come in this thing now and the Lord can have mercy on you. But a lot of you Jakes, you are 2/3, right? Not saying that we don't know if we gonna make it, right? We don't know if we righteous enough in the eyes of the Lord to be saved and be delivered. But the path that we're going in is we have a better chance at you worldly niggas, right? So let's get Second Esdras, his favorite chapter, chapter 15 and chapter 16. They about to both come into play. Second Esdras 15 and 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." Why? For the lack of bread, man. For great tribulation. For all hell breaking loose. For not being able to have the things that are efficient for them, man. That are essential for their daily survival. That's why. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men," right? Sedition, right? Let's get the word sedition. Look that up. I ain't read that. I ain't read what the meaning was in a minute. Sedition meaning. Let's go. So sedition, it means conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch, right? Salakia, right? So that's what people are going to do. They're going to rebel, man. And in that rebellion, they're going to come at each other. They're going to eat each other, right? You seen that, Jake? Let's go back to him real quick. This Jake right here. Look at it. Look at that evil smile, man. He said he coming for you, right? You see the eyes, man? That Jake, he ready for it. He ready to get it in, man. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." You already see the hatred against the leaders, man. They already, protesting every day, ready to do something, right? They you had a case, I think, a year ago where they threw one of those, leaders in the garbage. Yeah, man. So people already on that time. They already on that level. But this is a whole different level, man, to whereas regular civilians, yeah, everyday people that you see, they're going to be out to get you. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able," because what? April 20th, they was throwing rumors out that Trump was going to implement martial law. And martial law is coming, man. Because what? This is why that's why he just passed the law giving the cops full immunity, man. Because they looking to basically shut down the city again. Shut down America again, man. You ain't going to be able to go from point A to point B no more. Right? It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid," man. And this is a sign of people being afraid, not knowing what to do. But this Jake, he already know what he gonna do, man. He already got it in his mind. You can see it through his eyes, man, that he's going to do whatever he needs to do to survive, man. Even if that means eating people, man. You heard him. He said, "Shout out to Hannibal Lecter," right? So this Jake is sick right here. And you got thousands, hundreds of thousands of Jakes that's like that. Right? It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods," because there ain't going to be no pity in that day. You ain't going to be able to say, "Please just take whatever you want." Oh, yeah. They're going to take whatever they want, and they're going to do whatever they want to you also, man. If you're a woman and you look like something, they're going to do whatever they want to do to you. They're going to take everything from you. They're going to take, whatever they need from you. I'm going to just put it like that. And, hey, that's it, man. You can read between the lines, but that's what's going to happen, right? Because a lot of you women and you men out here, you have no covering. That covering is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, man. Jesus ain't going to cover your ass, right? Allah not going to cover you, right? Buddha not going to cover you. right? The only one that can cover you and hide you and protect you and keep you safe is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, right? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, right? For the lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? Because ain't no food. There's no food, man. Right? When a person can't eat, he gets, you know, he start thinking sickly in the head, man. That's what he does. He keeps, hey, it's crazy, you know, and it's gonna get brutal out here, like I said earlier. The things that you're gonna see in the future, the very near future, if you ain't got the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua on you, you are going to bug the fuck out, man. We're not saying this to just talk. These are literal things that's going to happen, man. Right? And like I said, there's gonna be jakes out here like that. You know, and you, hey, if you got 20 of these jakes right here chasing you, what you think gonna happen, man? They're gonna get real creative with you. You know? Let's go to the next one. Because yes, that famine is coming, man. The scriptures speak on it. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. Right? It says, and suddenly, right? Let me see if I want to. Yeah. Start at 22. 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Nothing on the shelf. Nothing on the shelf. Not a loaf of bread, not a box of sugar, not a can of tuna fish, nothing. Nada. Zip. Nothing on the shelf. So you got to literally, you know, like that woman said first, if they got to drive miles to find, ain't gonna be nothing over there neither. So if every place you go to been ransacked and there's nothing there, what's your next move? Something that you do not want to think about. Something that you would not think would pop in your head. That's your next move. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid, man. And that's what you see, man. Everybody's about to be afraid, man. You know, don't get me wrong, even us that teach the scriptures, man, we know that this time is gonna be a time like never before. So it's gonna be new for us too. You know, but we have comfort through the scriptures that, you know, we trust in the Lord wholeheartedly that when this goes down, the Lord is gonna protect us, man. And if we just so happen to go out and be a martyr, the Lord said our works follow us, man. So, you know, that's what we pray for. But a lot of y'all not even praying. Y'all don't pray to the right names. You're into the world and you don't give a damn what the Lord is saying. You're through, man. 100% through, 144% through. Right? So that famine is coming. The full storehouse is going to be found empty. Right? It's going to be found empty. Salakia. I said earlier, I'm you know, under the weather. This is Jeremiah 11 and verse 22. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will punish them. And that's what the Lord is doing, punishing the nation of Israel along with the world, man. Right? I will punish them. The young men shall die by the sword. Their sons and their daughters shall die by famine. That famine is the shortage of food, starvation. It says, and there shall be no remnant of them. Well, I will bring evil upon the men of Anahoth, right? And Anahoth, that goes back, those were Israelites, man, right? It says, even the year of their visitation. And this is the year, this is the time, this is the season of the Lord visiting the earth and bringing things to pass, man. Very, very quick, right? So it's not a game, not at all, not a game at all, man. Salakia. Yeah, Salakia, Salakia. Let's get on Jeremiah. Let me see if this is what I want to go. Where I want to go. This is Jeremiah chapter 21, verse 8. It says, and unto this people thou shalt say, thus saith the Lord, behold, I set before you the way of life and the way of death. That's the only two ways you can go. And the way of life is this truth. The way of death is the world. It says, he that abideth in this city shall die by the sword spiritually, man. Because we all here. But whose spirit is still in the world and whose spirit is of Yahweh Ba'al Shah. It says, and he that abide in this city shall die by the sword and by the famine and by the pestilence, which is diseases. But he that goeth out and falleth into the Chaldees that besiege you, he shall live, and his life shall be unto him for a prey. For I have set my face against this city for evil and not for good. So this is what the Lord set up for Babylon the Great, man. He said, for I have set my face against this city for evil and not for good, saith the Lord. It shall be given into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall burn it with fire, man. And who's the king of Babylon? Right? Well, the elites, right? The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the wicked. And the Lord is going to put it in their spirits to burn this place. The Lord is ultimately going to do it, but he's going to put the spirit on Esau, Edom to push that button, man. And when that happens, it's going to be a huge fire, a huge bonfire, man. Right? All right, let's get one more, and we're going to get some script. I mean, we're going to play the rest of it, and that's going to be it. This is Jeremiah, just giving you some insight of what's going to happen, man, through the spirit. This is Jeremiah 16:3. For thus saith the Lord, concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, Babylon the Great, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, meaning nobody gonna feel sorry for you. Neither shall they be buried. You're not gonna have a funeral service. It says, but they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth. Your body's just gonna be laid out in the street, man. Gonna deteriorate there until that fire come through, man. Right? It says, and they shall be consumed by the sword and by famine, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. For thus saith the Lord, enter not into the house of mourning, neither go to lament nor bemoan them. So the Lord is telling his elect, don't feel sorry for them. because I called out to them the same way I called out to you. They didn't want to take heed, man. So don't feel sorry for them, man. This is my judgment for them, right? It says, neither go to lament nor bemoan them, for I have taken away my peace from this people, saith the Lord, even my loving kindness and mercies. So if the Lord ain't having no mercy on you, man, I can't even gather the words of the judgment. So that's what a lot of these jakes that's what's headed for them, man. Let's continue.
Coming for you.
This is survival mode right now. This is the time for you to be surviving. Food, water, things to protect your house and your home. If you don't have none of that, you are screwed. You are done. People are losing their minds. People have lost sight of life. People can't handle what's going on. People are losing it and taking other people out with them. Y'all not getting it, man. You thought shit was worse before. It's getting worse day by day, minute by minute. And let me tell you something right now. Not people is showing up to protect you or warn you because they're heading towards the deep end just like you. You better be in survival mode because if you're not in survival mode, you're done. That's it. A lot of people right now, they're done. And you can clearly see that.
People will tell you, oh, I would never do that. I would never do that. But get hungry. Watch your kids get hungry and see what you do. You're gonna do things that you never in a million years imagine yourself doing. And I believe the true nature of humans, men and women, will soon come out when them shelves get empty or when they can't afford to purchase the things on them shelves. I think it's gonna be rough. So we're gonna have to start, I don't know, working out, exercising, really like target practice, learning how to swing that knife, whatever, if you have to. And yeah, Rover might even be a feast. You might have to make a little Rover back there into a feast. I don't know. I know I would.
And Jake, Jake keep speaking up on cannibalism, man. It shows you, man, that people ain't who you think they are, man. People are not who you think they are. And telling you, you women about to catch some real hell, man, because you know you had a chance, but you decided to side with your daddy, to side with massa, to side with your closest ally toward destroying the so-called black man. This is the last one. We're gonna shut it down. This is Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 17. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, son of man, eat thy bread with quaking, and drink thy water with trembling, and with carefulness. And that's it. That's how it's gonna be, man. Every little piece of food you get, you're gonna have to ration it, man. You're gonna have to make sure it lasts you. Because right now, people, you know, they don't finish their food, they throw it away, they don't care about it, whatever. It says, and say unto the people of the land, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, of the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of the land of Israel, they shall eat their bread with carefulness and drink their water with astonishment, that her land may be desolate from all that is therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein. Right? So it's going to be total chaos. It says, and the cities that are inhabited shall be laid waste, and the land shall be desolate, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And this is how important it is to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Because this ain't no time for fucking games, man. You see she got a smirk on her face, and it's all good. But when you actually in that, It's not a game no more. It's not a joke, right? Everybody thinks it's a joke until it's not. And you're about to find out it's not a joke. So I'm going to leave it there. Yahweh Shem Yahushua, willing to elect with other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. Hey, to the next lesson. Shalom.